Very good morning. Now this is our ninth lecture of chapter measurement, or we can say word of measurement. And in this lecture we are going to study one important concepts called as dimensions. So what is the meaning of dimensions? Dimension is a special characteristic of each and every physical quantity. So how to define the dimensions? We have seen basically there are two types of physical quantities. Number one is a fundamental physical quantity and another is a derived physical quantity. Remember? So we know all the derived quantities are totally depends upon fundamental physical quantities for their complete measurement. It means that question arises, can we express each and every derived quantity in terms of fundamental quantity? Answer is yes. And that method of expression of any derived quantity in terms of fundamental quantity is called as dimensions. Means what are the dimensions? A method of representation of any derived quantity in terms of fundamental quantity are called as dimensions of that particular quantity. Or in other words, dimensions are also defined as a power to which fundamental quantity must be raised so as to explain derived quantity completely. Means here, what are dimensions? Dimensions are the powers of fundamental quantity. Which power? The power needed by the fundamental quantity to express the derived quantity completely. Okay, then question arises, how to write these dimensions? Remember? So here generally just remember that the dimensions of any physical quantity consist of a square bracket. Dimensions of any physical quantity consist of a square bracket containing at least basic fundamental quantity. Which are the basic fundamental quantity? M, then L and T. Capital M for mass, L for length and T for time. These are called basic fundamental physical quantity and having power may be X, Y, Z. Remember, so here what is M? M is nothing but mass. What is L? L represent length. What is T? T represent time. Okay, and what are the X, Y and Z? Okay, these are the number. We can say any real numbers. Any real numbers. Okay, so dimensions of any physical quantity can be written like that. Or sometime they may consist of other fundamental quantities also as per the requirement. Means M, L, T, mass, length, time. Then which are the remaining fundamental quantity? That is electric current. Okay, that is temperature. Temperature is denoted by K. Electric current is denoted by A in dimensions. Then luminous intensity, candela, denoted by C. And last is the amount of substance denoted by MOL. Okay, having different power here X, Y, Z. Maybe A, B, C, D. Now here also these are just the symbols. M for mass, L for length, T for time, K for temperature in Kelvin scale, A means current in ampere, okay, then C means it is luminous intensity in candela and mole means it is amount of substance. So here again X, Y, Z, A, B, C and D, these are nothing but real numbers. These are nothing but real numbers. Is it clear? So this is the general idea about the dimensions of the physical quantity. Okay, now take your examples one by one. For example, first here about the dimensions of fundamental quantity. What are the dimensions of mass? What are the dimensions of mass? So the dimension bracket consists of at least basic fundamental means MLT having different power. Here there is only mass. Okay, so power of mass is 1. No length L0, T0, or it can be represented as only M raised to 1. Remember? See here. Now take number 2. What are the dimensions of length? Okay. Length, it is a fundamental quantity. No doubt dimensions means again m, lt at least. Okay. So there is no mass means power of the mass is 0. No time 0. Length is there. It is 1. These are the dimensions of length, or we can represent that dimensions as L raised to 1 only. Have you got? Next, what are the dimensions of time? What are the dimensions of time? Again, it consists of square bracket m, lt. So time is there. No mass m0, no length l0. Time is there. But what is the power? So only single time is there, means t raised to 1, or it can be represented as t raised to 1. See here. Now next, number 4. What are the dimensions of temperature? Okay. So here temperature is there, means what are the dimensions? Square bracket basic quantity m, lt and temperature k. No mass, no length, no time. Temperature is the K1, or we can represent it as K1 just. Okay. So these are the dimensions of temperature. Number 5. What are the dimensions of electric current? Okay. What are dimensions of electric current? No mass, no length, no time. Okay. Ampere raised to 1. These are the dimensions of electric current, or we can simply write as A raised to 1. These are the dimensions of electric current. See here. Now next, another one. What is next? Number 6. What are the dimensions of luminous intensity? It is also one of the basic fundamental quantity. So luminous intensity, again it consists of square bracket mlt, and C for luminous intensity, no mass, no length, no time, C raised to 1, or it can be represented as C raised to 1. Okay. Now next, number 7, amount of substance. What are the dimensions of amount of substance? We know amount of substance is measured in mole. So what are the dimensions? Again m, lt, no mass, no length, no time. Okay, mole raised to 1. These are the dimensions of amount of substance, or we can represent it as mole raised to 1. Have you got? See here. These are the dimensions of all these basic fundamental quantities. Now, for example, see here, another question is there, number 8. What are the dimensions of area? Okay. So we know what is area. Basic formula, suppose it is a rectangle, then it is length into breadth. Okay. Means what is the SI unit of that area? Length is measured in meter, breadth is measured in meter, that is square meter, we know. Okay. So what are the dimensions of area? So here there is no mass. Okay, m0. Okay, what about length? Here meter square means 2 lengths are there. And what is the time? No time is there. Means these are the dimensions of area, or it can be represented as L2. These are also the dimensions of area. Take down another one. What are the dimensions of volume? We know what is the basic formula of volume. Length into breadth into height or depth. Okay, length is measured in meter, breadth is measured in meter, h is measured in meter. So what is SI unit? Cubic meter. Okay. So cubic meter means 3 lengths are there. So what are the dimensions? Dimensions are m0, okay, then L3 and T0. Or simply it can be written as L3. These are the dimensions of volume. Now number 10. What are the dimensions of density? What is the formula for density? You know density is the ratio of mass to volume. Density is the ratio of mass to volume. So therefore we can say it is mass upon volume is L cube. Length into breadth into time. So what is SI unit? We know mass means it is measured in kilogram. Length cube means cubic meter. So this is the SI unit of density. And what are the dimensions? So dimensions are here m1, L3, but it is in denominator, means minus 3 T0. These are the dimensions of what? Density. Is it clear? See here, we have seen what are the dimensions of any physical quantity. Two definitions I told to you already. First is a method of writing the derived quantity in terms of fundamental quantity, or method of representing the derived quantity in terms of fundamental quantity are called dimensions. Or another definition, a power to which fundamental quantity must be raised so as to explain the derived quantity completely are called dimensions. So it is always represented by the square bracket containing at least basic fundamental quantity, means m, l, t having different power x, y, z. Or sometime it may consist of other fundamental quantities by their symbols as shown in figure with the different powers a, b, c, d. Okay, and then we have taken some examples. What are the dimensions of mass? This is m1, l0, t0, or m1. What are the dimensions of length? m0, l1, t0, that is l1. What are the dimensions of time? m0, l0, t1. We can say t1. What are dimensions of temperature? It is m0, l0, t0, k1, or k1 only. What are dimensions of electric current? m0, l0, t0, a1, or a1 only. What are the dimensions of luminous intensity? m0, l0, t0, c1, or c1 only we can write. What are the dimensions of amount of substance? m0, l0, t0, mole raised to 1, or only mole raised to 1. What are dimensions of area? This is one of the derived quantity. Okay, so derived quantity area depends upon only length. Length into breadth means both are the length. Okay, why it is called derived quantity? Because we know that if I ask you to measure the area of this hall, there is no any instrument to measure the area. First we have to measure the length of the hall, then width of the hall, and if we multiply length and width, you will get area. Means here area depends upon only length. So how it depends upon length? It is measured by second power of length, m2. So its dimensions are m0, l2, t0, or l2 only. What is volume? We know volume is also depends upon length, because here length is length, breadth is length, height is length. So in order to represent volume, length has to increase up to its third power. That's why what are the dimensions? m0, l3, t0, or l3 only. What is density? We know ratio of mass to volume is called a density, but volume is nothing but L cube. So m upon L cube, since SI unit is kg per cubic meter and dimensions are m1, L minus 3, t0. These are the dimensions of density. Is it clear? Now see here. Now as far as physics is concerned, I told you already, there are hundreds of the physical terms. Some may be in this chapter, some may be in the next chapter, and very few may be in the last chapter. Okay. So it means that actually method of teaching of this chapter measurement is different. If we observe in the North India or South India, nobody is interested to take the measurement first. Why? Because we cannot express the dimensions unless and until we study that physical quantities. म्हणजे वेगवेगळ्या चॅप्टरमध्ये वेगवेगळ्या फिजिकल क्वांटिटीज येणार आहेत. मग जोपर्यंत त्या क्वांटिटीचं आपल्याला डेफिनेशन माहित नाही, जोपर्यंत फॉर्म्युला माहित नाही, जोपर्यंत युनिट माहित नाही, तोपर्यंत आपण त्याच्या डायमेन्शन्स काढू शकत नाही. But as far as Maharashtra board syllabus is concerned, this chapter is the first chapter in the 11th class. Okay. आता राहिला प्रश्न की ज्या क्वांटिटी आपल्याला 12वीच्या शेवटच्या चॅप्टरमध्ये येणार आहेत, 21st चॅप्टर, तर त्या आपण इथं त्याच्या डायमेन्शन कशा काढणार? त्यासाठी मी एक चेंज याच्यामध्ये असा केलेला आहे. हिअर आफ्टर दॅट व्हॉट एव्हर मे बी द क्वांटिटीज दॅट आय रोट हिअर ऑन द बोर्ड, ऑल दीज आर फॅमिलियर क्वांटिटीज टू यू बिकॉज you have studied all these quantities up to the 10th class. Okay. But now after that density, I am going to explain each and every quantity in detail. Because whatever may be the physical quantity, you should know 4 things regarding to that quantity. First is definition of the quantity. Another is formula. Third one is SI unit. Fourth one is dimensions. And that four things are important for any quantity. At the same time, what is its CGS unit? What are the different units? And what is unit conversion? Okay, means here, while teaching of the chapter measurement, I doesn't take that boundaries and limitations of the syllabus, scope and limitations of the syllabus that given in the book. Okay, here while teaching that chapter, I go through each and every chapter also, and whatever may be the physical quantities included in that chapter. Okay, I bring that quantities here, explain their definitions, formulas, SI unit, CGS unit, unit conversion and dimensions. Is it clear? Are you ready? Okay, so start one by one. मी आत्ताच सांगितल्याप्रमाणे ज्या ज्या क्वांटिटीज पुढे येणार आहेत ह्या तुम्ही 10वी पर्यंत पाहिलेल्या नाहीच आहे, किंबहुना सगळ्या 11वीत असणारही नाही आहेत, त्यातल्या काही 12वीत असणार आहे. काही क्वांटिटी अशा आहेत की ज्या महाराष्ट्र बोर्डच्या 11वी 12वी मध्ये सुद्धा दोन्हीमध्ये इन्क्लूड नाही आहेत, पण NCERT मध्ये आहेत. तर या सगळ्या क्वांटिटी या डिटेल्समध्ये आपल्याला इथं पाहायचे आहे. म्हणजे कुठल्याही फिजिकल क्वांटिटीची तुम्हाला त्या ठिकाणी कुंडली जर तयार करायची असेल तर त्यामध्ये काय काय असणं अपेक्षित आहे? डेफिनेशन, फॉर्म्युला, SI युनिट, CGS युनिट, अदर युनिट्स, युनिट कन्वर्जन्स, then dimensions, and whether it is vector, scalar or tensor quantity. एवढा पार्ट जर तुम्हाला माहित असेल तर त्या फिजिकल क्वांटिटी विषयीचे कंप्लीट नॉलेज तुमच्याकडे आहे असं म्हणायला हरकत नाही. ओके, सो सी हियर वन बाय वन. One by one. So here, find the dimensions of number 1, distance, number 2, displacement, number 3, speed, number 4, velocity, number 5, acceleration, number 6, force, number 7, pressure, number 8, work, number 9, energy, number 10, power. Okay, now these 10 quantities also familiar to you people. Okay, you have studied all these 10 quantities also. Now here again we are going in detail regarding to that quantity in order to find their dimensions. So see here one by one, what is meant by distance. But here at the time of explanation I am taking these two quantities simultaneously, one is distance and another is displacement, because their dimensions and units are same. So what is meant by distance and what is the displacement? Remember, you have studied these definitions in your school days. What is meant by distance and what is the displacement? Remember, distance is nothing but the length of the path traveled by the body. When body is in motion, it's called distance. Length of the path traveled by the body is called distance. And what is the displacement? The shortest distance between initial position and final position is called displacement. Means here, for example, A is the initial position of the body. Let body start its motion from A and reach to the point B by tracing distance 3 meter. Then it rotates through 90 degree and moves to another point C by tracing distance 4 meter. Is it clear? So if I ask what is the total distance traveled by the body, what is the definition of distance? Length of the path traveled by the body. So how much is the total length here? 3 and 4 means here what is distance? Distance equal to 3 plus 4, that is 7. So it is in meter, so this is also in meter. But if I ask what is the displacement of the body? Displacement means shortest distance between A and C. Means this is position A. Here we have seen this is position B. This distance is 3 meter. Then rotate through 90 degree, reach to the point C through 4 meter. So this is initial position and this is final position. So what is the shortest distance between them? Join this. Is it clear? So this is the displacement. So how to calculate this? We know if S is the displacement, then according to Pythagoras, S square is equal to 4 square plus 3 square. So that is equal to 16 plus 9 means 25. So yes, displacement is 5 meter. So here distance is 7 meter and displacement is 5 meter. Clear? Look at this. Or take down one more example. One more example of distance and displacement. See here. Suppose a body is performing circular motion. Body is moving along the circle. Like that. With center O and radius R. Okay. And suppose this is initial position of the body. Initial position of the body. After some time, body travels along this path up to this position. Okay. Up to this position. So this is final position such that it rests an angle of 90 degree or 5/2 radian. Now if I ask what is the distance traveled by the body and what is the displacement of the body, what will be your answer? So you know, distance means length of the path. So what is the length of this quarter circle? We know distance is length of this quarter circle means total circumference is 2 pi r divided by 4. So that is pi r by 2. Okay. How much? This is the distance traveled by the body. But what is the displacement? This is initial position and this is final position. Means if we join this like that, then this is displacement. So this is R, this is R. Again, we can use the Pythagoras theorem. So S square is equal to R square plus R square. That is 2R square. Okay. So therefore, S is equal to root 2 into R. This is the distance traveled by the body and this is displacement of the body. Okay. So what is SI unit of these two? We know both are the length. Hence SI unit is same, that is meter. CGS unit is centimeter. Clear? I have explained these two quantities simultaneously because unit is same. Majority concepts are same. So what is SI unit? SI unit of displacement and distance is meter. Okay. What is CGS unit? CGS unit is centimeter. So what are the other units? So many units are there. Which are these units? Maybe millimeter. Okay, maybe micrometer. Actually, we have seen the prefix used in SI system. Okay, whole can be applied here. But I am telling only that unit which are continuously, frequently used in the markets. Micrometer, millimeter, maybe picometer. Okay, maybe astron, maybe astronomical unit, maybe light year. Okay, like that. Maybe Fermi, maybe kilometer. Okay, megameter, like that, or maybe solar distance. Okay, all these are the different units of distance and displacement. Then what are the dimensions? What are the dimensions of distance and displacement? So both are the length. SI unit is meter, so m0, L1, T0. Then question arises whether it is vector or scalar. Remember, if it is a distance, it is considered as scalar quantity. But if it is displacement, it is a vector quantity. Clear? So that much data we got regarding to the distance and displacement. Now similar to that, we are again explaining two different quantities, that is speed and velocity. Speed and velocity. What is meant by speed and what is the velocity? Remember, speed, small s. Speed is nothing but distance traveled by the body per unit time. Means speed is nothing but distance upon time. Okay, or we can say distance upon time. And what is the velocity? It is the rate of change of displacement with respect to time. Means it is displacement upon time. So therefore it is S upon T. Have you got? Look at this. Speed is the distance upon time and velocity is displacement upon time. So we know that if body is in motion, distance may not be zero, means speed never be zero, but velocity may be zero, because if body is again reach to the initial position, then no displacement is there. That's why velocity may be zero. So what is the SI unit of these two? SI unit of both distance or displacement is in meter and time is in second. Meter per second. What is CGS unit? It is centimeter per second. Remember, centimeter per second. And so many units are there to measure the speed. Okay, but one British unit which is frequently used in the market is kilometer per hour. See here, kilometer per hour. So as far as problems are also concerned, this unit you can find anywhere. So question arises how to convert that kilometer per hour into meter per second. Let us see here unit conversion. So 1 kilometer per hour. We know 1 kilometer means how many meter? 1000 meter. And 1 hour means how many second? 3600 second. Okay. So 1 kilometer per hour is equal to, see here, this get cancelled, 2 zeros. Here 5 by 18 meter per second. That is important relation between kilometer per hour and meter per second. Okay. Remember, means in order to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, just multiply by 5 by 18. Remember. Okay. Now next, what are the dimensions? So here it is distance upon time or displacement upon time. But distance and displacement both are the length, means it is length upon time. So what are the dimensions? No mass is there, m0. What is the power of n? L1. Power of t is 1, but in denominator, that's why t raised to minus 1. These are the dimensions of speed and velocity. Now whether it is vector or scalar, speed depends upon distance, that's why it is scalar quantity, and velocity depends upon displacement, hence it is a vector quantity. Any doubt? So see here, we have explained 4 quantities. One is the distance, another is displacement, third is speed, and fourth one is a velocity. Now next, another one is an acceleration. Number 5, acceleration. What is meant by acceleration? All these are familiar to you. You have studied it. We know rate of change of velocity with respect to time is called acceleration. Means what is an acceleration? It is rate of change of velocity, means change of velocity upon time. Okay, or we can say it is equal to dv upon dt, or here v minus u upon t. Simple. This is acceleration. So what is SI unit? So in the numerator there is a velocity. Velocity is measured in meter per second. Denominator there is a time is measured in second. So meter per second square is SI unit. What is the CGS unit? Instead of meter there is a centimeter. Second is as it is. Okay, centimeter per second square. Okay. As far as our syllabus is concerned, only 2 units are used. No other unit is used here. So what are the dimensions of acceleration? So here meter upon second square. Meter means length, second square means time square. So dimensions are no mass m0, power of L is 1 and t raised to minus 2. And don't forget, it is also vector quantity. It is also vector quantity. Now that acceleration may be 0 or negative or positive. Remember, if acceleration is negative, it is called as retardation. retardation or deceleration. See here. So when it is called retardation and when it is called deceleration, if the motion takes place on horizontal surface only, and if you apply the brake, then what happens? Speed decreases. Speed decreases means acceleration is negative. Such acceleration on horizontal plane is called retardation. But if the vehicle is just moving on the slope in upward direction, then what happens? Due to its weight, speed automatically decreases. And such type of negative acceleration is called as a deceleration. Okay, this is about the quantity number 5, that is acceleration. Now next, another one. Another one. Actually here we are related to dimensions only, but while finding the dimension, you should know each and every parameter related to specific quantity. That's why I am explaining total quantities. Okay, that may be revision to your knowledge also. Next is the force. What is meant by force? An external agency which changes the state of the body. Change the state of the body means if body is in rest, that agency can bring the body into motion. If body is already in a motion, that agency can stop the body. Or change of state means if body is in motion, this agency can change the direction of motion, or this agency can change the speed of the body. Okay, and that agency required to change the state means technically to create an acceleration in the body is called force. And according to Newton's second law, you have studied that force is given by F equal to ma. That is important formula, where m is mass of the body and a is the acceleration. So see here, what is the SI unit? Mass means it is kilogram, acceleration means meter per second square. Just now we have seen. So here actually this is the SI unit, or this is MKS unit. We have already seen SI is the upgradation of MKS. So SI just changed the name of that unit from the name of great scientist Isaac Newton. That is SI unit of force is Newton. See here. Look at this. Means here kilogram meter per second square is nothing but the Newton. Means in short, 1 Newton is nothing but 1 kilogram meter per second square. See, one and the same. And what is CGS unit? Instead of kilogram, there is gram. Instead of meter, there is a centimeter per second square. This is CGS unit, or it is also called as dyne. So, 1 dyne is nothing but 1 gram centimeter per second square. See ya. Any doubt? Look at this. So, this is nothing but the CGS unit. Now, what is the relation between that SI unit and CGS unit? You have already studied. 1 Newton is nothing but 10 raised to 5 dyne. We can prove it also, or we have to prove it by method of dimensions. Okay, but just remember, because you might have been used that for so many times, 1 Newton is equal to 10 raised to 5 dyne. Then what are the dimensions? So look at this basic formula. Here, kilogram meter per second square. Kilogram means mass. See here, what is force? Kilogram means mass, meter means length, time square means t square. So what are the dimensions? M1, L1, T minus 2. These are the dimensions of force. And remember that it is also vector quantity. Okay. We have seen distance, then displacement, then speed, velocity, then acceleration and force. And our intention is to find the dimensions. So all these are the dimensions. Okay, we have completed up to force. Okay, so I think this is enough for today's lecture. Now we will find the dimensions of other quantity, and there are so many quantities. As I already told, hundreds of quantities are there. So we will find the dimensions of all these quantities from next lecture. Okay, thank you.